At last.
हाँ हाँ 100%. Today we'll take moles at last. Just remind me. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning, student.
Good morning, sir.
Voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll begin with natural resources. Natural resources. Next chapter. Natural resources. 1 minute. Huh? Natural resources. Now, what are natural resources? Natural resources are naturally occurring resources that are used by human. For example, water, air, sunlight, soil, petroleum, so on. So, natural resources are naturally occurring resources that are used by humans, that are used by humans. What are the examples of natural resources? You know, first one is air. Air. Second one is water. Third one is sunlight. Then fourth one is coal. And last one is petroleum. Petroleum. So these are five naturally occurring resources. So resources that are found in the nature and they are further used by human being for domestic purpose as well as commercial purpose. They are designated as natural resources. Best examples of natural resources they includes air, water, sunlight, coal, petroleum, etc. etc. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt? Students?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. One minute. Huh? Students, they are not admitted. Okay. Now, natural resources, they are further classified. Natural resources. They are further classified into two types. One is exhaustible and second one is non-exhaustible. So first one is exhaustible and second non-exhaustible. Now, what are exhaustible resources? Resources that are in limited quantity and that gets finished by l- over use of time or by a large number of time. They're called exhaustible. So, exhaustible resources, they are limited and they can be exhausted by human activities. So, they are present in limited quantity and they get exhausted by human human activity. Okay. Now, what are non-exhaustible resources? Non-exhaustible resources, they are also called inexhaustible resources. Now, these are the resources that are present in unlimited quantity. Okay. Then they're not likely to be exhausted by human activity or their use. They are not exhausted by human activity. Okay. So, what are exhaustible resources? Resources that are present in a limited amount and exhausted by human activity. They are known as exhaustible resources. And what are non-exhaustible resources? Resources that are present in unlimited quantity and they are not finished or they are not exhausted by the human activity. They are known as non-exhaustible or inexhaustible resources. Okay. Now, inexhaustible resources, they includes air, water, solar radiation, etc. Air, water, and solar radiations. Okay. Now, exhaustible resources, they are further classified into two types, renewable and non-renewable. Exhaustible resources, they are further classified into two types. That is, first one is renewable, renewable, and second one is non-renewable. Now, renewable resources, they can replenish themselves by recycling. They gets replenished means recovered. Replenish themselves cells by recycling. What's about non-renewable resources? They cannot be replenished themselves by recycling and replacement. Cannot be replenish themselves by recycling. By recycling. Generally, renewable resources, they are not likely to be exhausted, not likely to be exhausted. exhausted. Then non-renewable resources, they are exhausted. They gets exhausted, exhausted. Okay. Then renewable resources, best example include soil, forest, forest, and wildlife. Best example of non-renewable includes minerals and fossil fuels, etc. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, next, exhaustible resources that leads to or not. Second type is exhausted or non-exhaustible resources that leads to various kinds of a pollution. That is air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. Okay. So first one is air pollution. Second one is water pollution. And third one is soil pollution. Soil pollution, right? Now, what is air pollution? Air pollution arises because of addition of unwanted substances into the atmosphere. Arises due to addition of unwanted substances in atmosphere or air. Water pollution arises because of addition of undesirable substances into water bodies. Arises due to addition of undesirable or undesirable substances in water. Then soil pollution arises because of presence of toxic chemicals in soil, presence of toxic chemicals in soil, addition of toxic chemicals in soil. Okay, that is acidic fertilizer, basic fertilizers. If we add extra in excess quantity, then a soil pollution arises. Soil pollution arises. Okay, then air pollution. Generally, there are two types. That is sources of pollution, nothing but natural sources, natural sources like burning of a fossil fuel. Then man-made sources, man-made sources. Okay, man-made activities that leads to Air pollution, right? Now, what is air? Air, it is an inexhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources, right? Or non-exhaustible natural resources found everywhere. Now, air is essential for living organism, for breathing, that is plants and animals. They depends on the air for respiration, right? So air is called, that is one cannot live without air even for 2 to 3 minutes. So therefore air is called breath of life. Okay. So air, it is also known as breath of life. Breath of life. Since life cannot exist without air. Life cannot exist without air. Is there any doubt? Now, what are the major components of air? Students,
Gas.
pardon? What are the major components of air?
Nitrogen,
Nitrogen, oxygen,
Correct?
water vapor,
Water vapor, correct? Then other gases, argon, carbon dioxide, etc. Right? So, how much percentage nitrogen is present in air?
78,
78,
Very good, 78%. Then oxygen,
21.
very good, nothing but 20.9%. Okay, correctly rounded as 21%. Then other gases, how much? Greater than 0.17%. Then CO2, 0.03%. CO2 percentage they ask, nitrogen they ask, and oxygen they ask in exam. Then last component is water vapor. Water vapor. So water vapor they are present in excess. So air mainly consists of nitrogen 78%, oxygen approximately 21%, other gases greater than 0.17%, CO2 0.03%, water vapor in excess. Water vapor is in excess. Now, what is importance of air? Importance of air. First, air contains oxygen, and that is essential for life, for respiration. Air consists of oxygen, oxygen, and it is essential to sustain life on the earth for respiration, for respiration, respiration. Okay. Then carbon dioxide, it is necessary for production of food. CO2, it is necessary for production of food in plants. Production of food in plants. That is, green plants, they absorb carbon dioxide, they takes water, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll as one of the pigment present in chloroplast, CO2 and water, they gets converted to glucose. And the process is called what?
Photosynthesis.
Photo.
Very good. The process is called what? Photosynthesis. Process it is photosynthesis, right? Now, carbon dioxide in greenhouse traps radiation, traps radiation, and increases temperature of a greenhouse, increases temperature, and that is called greenhouse effect, house effect. So there are several greenhouse spread entire all over the world, and due to which a global warming is created. Global, we'll see in detail afterwards. Warming is created. Global warming is created. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt to
Yes.
anybody?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Then water vapor, they produces rain, and it is utilized by crops. It is utilized by crops. Then animals, that is plants and animals, you can say. Then, air traps harmful radiation. That is, there is a ozone layer in between. Ozone layer traps harmful radiations received from sun, and thus protects human being like skin from UV radiations. UV radiations. Is there any doubt? So this is what importance of air, right? Is there any doubt? Now next, atmosphere. Atmosphere. What is meant by atmosphere? Yes,
Blanket of gases.
correct. It acts as a blanket for Earth's surface. Blanket of gases for Earth's surface, for Earth surface. It keeps the Earth temperature constant during daytime and even during the course of whole year. Atmosphere, atmosphere sphere maintains Earth temperature constant during daytime as well as throughout the year. Of course, it varies little bit but not too much. It never ever happens that is 25 temperature reaches to 87 degrees Celsius directly. Right or not?
Yes,
Throughout
sir.
throughout year, correct. Is there any doubt? The next movement of air that leads to the formation of what? Wind. So wind is formed as a result of uneven heating of atmosphere. Wind is formed as a result of uneven heating of atmosphere. Uneven heating of atmosphere. Heating of atmosphere. Right. That is, you can say, Earth's surface. Wind is caused by differences in temperature known as convection. Convection. Wind is created due to differences in temperature. Differences in temperature. And that is called what? Convections. Okay. Or advection. The factor that influences the formation of wind, they are called radiation of the earth and pressure of mountain range. So factors responsible for formation of wind, they includes what? First factor, rotation of the earth, rotation of earth. Second factor, presence of mountain range. Presence of mountain range. So these are the two factors that are responsible for formation of a wind. Then, what are the characteristics of wind? Next part is characteristics of wind. First characteristics of wind. Wind blows from high pressure area to low pressure area. Wind blows from high pressure to low pressure area. That is one of the characteristics. Second, region with high temperature has low pressure as hot air moves up and thereby creating a vacant space in that area. So, region having high temperature, it has generally low pressure. It has generally low pressure. The next, during the day, during day, wind blows from sea to land. Wind blows from sea to land, and that is known as sea bridge. What it is called? Sea bridge. This is called sea bridge. Now, during night, wind blows from what? Land to sea. And that is known as land breach. Is there any doubt, students?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, wind helps in formation of cloud and brings rain. Wind helps in formation of cloud and brings rain. Now, formation of water droplets from the ocean, seas, rivers, okay, they goes up at high level and several vapors, they comes together, they forms a cluster of vapor and that leads to the formation of a cloud. That leads to the formation of cloud. Okay. Then next part is air pollution. Air pollution. Now, what is air pollution? Addition of unwanted substances into the atmosphere that has hazardous effect on living organism. That is called what? Air pollution. Addition of unwanted substances into atmosphere that imparts hazardous effects on living organism that is called air pollution. Air pollution. What it is called? Air pollution. The next part is sources of air pollution. Sources of air pollution. There are two kinds of sources. First, natural sources, and second, man-made or artificial sources. First one is natural sources. Natural sources means sources that are originated from nature. They are called what? Natural sources. They are called what? Natural sources. Sources that are originated from the nature. They are called natural sources. So they are caused by continuous and temporary natural events. Okay. Caused by natural events includes forest fire. Second, dust storm. Then third, pollen grains of flowers. The next, smoking volcanoes, etc. Then next one is man-made sources of air pollution. includes burning of fossil fuels in industries, vehicles, thermal power plants, burning of fossil fuels, right? Of course, in industries, vehicles, thermal power plants, etc. Then emissions from industries, emissions from industries, industries, they releases the toxic gases like SO2, NO2, chlorine, then H2S. Okay. So several gases, they are evolved from industry. They are called what? Emissions. Then vegetable oil, kerosene, coal as a household fuels. So oils, kerosene, household fuels or domestic fuels, and that leads to pollution. Then pesticide reduces in air. Uh, Pesticides present in air, and that leads to pollution. That is what a pesticide. Generally pesticides are what? They are agrochemicals. They used to kill the pest, and they are sprayed on the crops. Then sewers and domestic drains emerges as a foul smell. The next, deforestation. Deforestation means cutting down of a trees. Cutting down of trees. That leads to what? Air pollution, right? Then air pollutant. Now, what are air pollutants? The agent that pollutes the environment, they are called pollutants. Agents which pollutes environment, they are called air pollutants. Major air pollutants, they includes what? CO2. Second, SO2. Third, CO. Third one is CO. Then fourth one is NO. Then last one is smog, etc. Right.
Sir,
Then
methane,
yes, pardon.
methane, sir.
Yes, methane also. Methane also correct. Now, now, first one is CO2, that is carbon dioxide. Now, it is mainly produced during the combustion of fuels in factories, power stations, household applications, then even plants. They liberate CO2 during respiration, that is during night. And that's why it is not advisable to sleep under the trees during night. During night, correct? Now, you know, CO2, it increases atmospheric temperature due to greenhouse effect that reduces the productivity of marine ecosystem. Then the increased temperature of Earth causes melting of continental and mountain glaciers, and this turn into wood uh, would cause a flooding of a coastal areas of some countries. And the process is known as what? Global warming. Now, sulfur dioxide that is also produced by burning of a coal, then some fossil fuel. Then when a sulfur combined with oxygen, then also sulfur dioxide is produced. Then also sulfur dioxide is produced, right or not? Now, in plants, sulfur dioxide creates chlorosis, that is yellowing of leaves. In humans, it causes irritation in eyes, injuries in the respiratory tract. SO2 is responsible for discoloration. Then it causes acid rain, acid rain, right? It causes acid rain. Then what is acid rain? Acid rain. Generally, because of industries, SO2 and NO2, they are released into the atmosphere. And SO2 leads to the formation of sulfuric acid. However, NO2 leads to the formation of HNO3. H2SO4 is sulfuric acid. HNO3 is nitric acid. So these acids, they come down to the Earth's surface along with rain. That is the rain containing acids in the form of H2SO4, HNO3, and weak carbonic acid. That is called what? Acid rain. Okay. Rain containing H2SO4, HNO3, and carbonic acid. That is called what? Acid rain. Is called acid rain. Okay. Now, what are effects of acid rain? Effects of acid rain. First, it causes respiratory and skin disorder, creates respiratory and skin disorders. The next, it damages the leaves of plant, damages leaves of plant, leaves of plants. It enters into the soil and affects the soil pH, enters into soil and affects pH of soil. Then it acid rain damages the buildings and monuments, damages buildings, buildings, monuments like Taj Mahal, Taj Mahal, right? Then effects of carbon monoxide, that is, you can say CO. Carbon monoxide combines with oxygen, hemoglobin, 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 and it forms a carboxyhemoglobin, carboxyhemoglobin instead of oxyhemoglobin, and thus it damages the environment. Then effects of carbon monoxide, it causes giddiness, headache, etc. The next one is nitric oxide. Generally, nitric oxide, that is NO, then N2O, nitrous oxide, then other gases like N2O5, they are produced by thermal transactions, automobile industries, as well as aircrafts due to burning of coal and petroleum. Due to burning of coal and petroleum. Now, there are certain hazardous effects of NO. That is, it reduces oxygen carrying capacity of a blood. Then second, it may cause irritation in the eyes, lungs, skin cancer, etc. Acid rain damages material, etc. So,
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है
ना
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है
हाँ रिकॉर्डिंग तो कर रहे थे ना. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
नो
That's
No, sir.
okay. The next part is smog. What is smog? It is dark brown smoky mist. Dark brown smoky mist that occurs in cold weather. It is mixture of smoke, dust particle, and small drops of a fog. So it is a mixture of smoke plus dust particles plus small drops of fog, small drops of fog, etc. Smog is formed when ash, sulfur, and other harmful chemicals that are present in the smoke that are emitted by factories, then vehicles, then zoom farming, burning of coal, industrial plants that are exposed to the fog. Now, effects of smog. First, it develops a white coating on the leaves of plants. White coating on leaves. Secondly, in humans, it causes asthma. Humans, it causes asthma, allergies, etc., etc. Of course, there are two types of smoke. First, sulfurous smog. Sulfurous, or it is also called London smog. London smog, since it is developed in London, right? Sulfurous smog results from a higher concentration of sulfur oxides in the air, and it is caused by use of sulfur. Okay. Now, second type is photochemical smog. Photochemical or Los Angeles smog. Los Angeles smog, since it is developed in Los Angeles, one of the part located in America. Photochemical smog mostly occur in urban areas that have large number of automobiles. Okay, large number of automobiles. Photochemical smog forms when a pollutant like nitrogen oxide and organic compounds, they react together in presence of sunlight. So, what is photochemical smog? Nitrogen dioxide, right, combines with organic compound, hydrocarbons, in presence of sunlight. Okay, a gas called ozone is formed. Ozone is formed. Ozone is present in the stratosphere and it is beneficial It protects the harmful radiations coming from the sun and reaching to the earth, right? The next, water. Water. Next part is water. Water, it is called universal solvent. Universal solvent. Why water is called universal solvent? Almost all compound they get dissolved in water. Almost all compounds gets dissolved in water. Dissolved in water. Second, it is polar. That is, it forms H plus and OH minus as a negative charges on it. Okay. Then third, it has high dielectric constant. Constant. Then last reason, it has a greater tendency to undergo solvation. And that's why water is called universal solvent. Okay. Now, generally 97% water is found in oceans, okay, which is unusable. Oceans, seas, dams, rivers, etc. Only 3% water, that is called a fresh water. Fresh water, of course, that is found in river, and that is called what? Usable water. Usable water. Is there any doubt? Now, there are different sources of water. Sources of water. What are the sources of water? First, uh, surface water. First source is surface water. Surface water includes rainwater, rainwater, then river water, dam water, ocean water, lake water, then pond water, that is water present in the pond. Then second, groundwater, groundwater. There are various sources of groundwater like well water, then tube well water, and well to well, and spring water. Spring water coming from the rocks. Now, this importance of water. Importance of water. Now, what is importance of water? First, water plays a role in metabolic reaction taking place within the body. So it is essential for all living organisms. Then second, already I told, it acts as a universal solvent. Then third, water helps in transportation of substances. Transportation of substances. The next, water prevents sudden changes in temperature. That is, it helps in maintaining temperature of living organism, maintaining temperature of living organisms. The next part is water pollution. Water pollution. What is water pollution? Addition of undesirable substance. Addition of undesirable substances in water. That is called what? Water pollution. Now, sources of water pollution. There are of two types. Sources of H2O pollution. First, natural. Of course, they include soil erosion. Second, decaying of organic matter. Decaying of organic matter. Then third, leaking of minerals from rocks. Leaking of minerals from rocks, etc. Then second source is man-made source. Man-made sources. Sewage is the waste matter created from domestic purposes. Okay. So sewage water you can say. Then next, industrial influence. Industrial effluents. Effluents. Then excess use of a fertilizers on the crops. Fertilizers. Due to rainfall, they get carried out along with rainwater. Then pesticides. Pesticides. Of course, fertilizers are the chemical substances. Pesticides. The next, oils, etc. etc. Okay. Then effects of water pollution. Effects of H2O pollution. What are the effects of H2O pollution? Toxic material in water causes serious waterborne diseases uh, like cholera, typhoid, then jaundice, and hepatitis in humans. In humans. Now, presence of acids and alkalis in water destroy microorganisms. They destroy microorganisms like useful bacteria and all. Then next, polluted water causes spread of epidemics like cholera, tuberculosis, jaundice, typhoid, etc. Then polluted water damages crops. Damages crops. Then next, water pollution affect the fish and other aquatic life. We can say it affects aquatic life. Then Next part is soil. Now, what is soil? Uppermost layer of the land. Uppermost layer of land, that is called what? Soil. Now, humus, it is brown or black organic substances formed from decaying plants remains or animal matter. Humus, it is a brown or black, brown, black organic substance formed from decaying of plant and animal matter. Now, soil is renewable as well as non-renewable natural resources. Now, soil formation uh, takes place by withering process. Of course, withering of rocks, weathering process. Of course, weathering process, they are driven by biological, climatic, geologic, topographic influences. Soil is formed from parent rock material over millions of years by process of withering. The process of formation of soil is called pedogenesis. Pedogenesis. Okay. Pedogenesis. The process of formation of soil. Process of formation of soil. That is called what? Pedogenesis. Okay. Now, there are different layers of soil. Layers of soil. First, topsoil or horizon A. Horizon A. It is also called humus layer, and that is rich in organic material. It is humus layer, rich in organic material. This layer consists of decomposed material and organic matter. The next, second layer is subsoil or horizon B. Subsoil or horizon B. So just below the topsoil lies another layer that is called what? Subsoil or horizon B. It is comparatively harder and compact than topsoil, comparatively harder and compact in nature. Then third portion is bedrock or horizon C. Bedrock or horizon C. Bedrock or horizon C. Right. So bedrock is also known as parent rock. Parent rock. And this is just present below subsoil layer. Subsoil layer. Right. Of course, it is very hard. Very hard. Now, factors responsible for formation of soil. Factors responsible for formation of soil. First, sun's heat, sunlight. You know, Due to sunlight, the cracks they get developed to the rocks. Then second, water. Water also leads to the formation of the cracks. Then after formation of a crack, due to wind, different layers or particles of a rock get separated. Then frost formation takes place. Rainwater seeping into the rock crevices and cracks may get trapped in it, and that is called what? Frost. Then living organism leads to withering of rocks. Withering of rocks. The next part is importance of soil. Importance of soil. Importance of soil. Soil anchors the terrestrial plant. It provides water and minerals to the plants. Okay. It provides water, minerals, and supports to plants. The next, soil is a home for number of soil organisms like frog, snake, etc. Home for soil organism, soil organism. It acts as a home for soil organism. Then next, soil provides water, etc. The next, soil erosion. Soil erosion. There are two causes of soil erosion. First, natural cause, and second, man-made cause. First one is natural, and second, man-made. Now, natural cause includes natural agent like wind, water, okay, wind and water. Then man-made causes, it includes man-made activities like deforestation, deforestation, deforestation. Then second, overgrazing, overgrazing of cattle, buffaloes, cows, goats, sheep, etc. Then improper agriculture practices, improper agriculture practices. Then heavy rainfall, heavy rainfall, strong wind, etc., etc. Now, what are the effects of this soil erosion? Soil erosion reduces fertility of soil. It leads to the landsliding, then desertification of land. It leads to the flash flood, etc. Flash flood, etc. Okay. So, is there any Doubt to anybody?
Sir,
No.
rainfall and strong winds come in natural cause, right?
Yes.
You have written in man-made.
No, no, no. But man-made. Uh, Man-made causes means strong wind means what? That is, during harvesting, a wind is created by the machine. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
In a harvester machine. So wind is created in a fan, and that is passed through the grain, and that wind is very high. That not only carry out the chaff particle, but it carry out soil particles also. Okay. Now, a greenhouse effect. Few points are left from this chapter. Greenhouse effect. House effect. Okay. Now, what is greenhouse effect? You know, overall increase in temperature of Earth due to presence of greenhouse gases. Increase in temperature of Earth due to presence of greenhouse gases. That is called what? Greenhouse effect. Now, what are the gases? CO2 present around 60% effect of global warming. It traps the sun's light or sun rays, increases the temperature of greenhouse. Then second, methane, it creates around 20% effect. Then third, nitrogen oxide, NO, or nitric oxide, it creates around 6% effect. Then fluorocarbons, nothing but freons, and they create around 14% effect. Okay, 14% effect. So total is 100%. Then it is also caused because of presence of vapor, water vapors, then ozone, etc. etc. Okay. Is there any doubt? The next, greenhouse is responsible for creating global warming. What is global warming? Increase in average temperature of Earth's surface. Increase in average temperature of Earth's surface. Earth surface. That is called what? Global warming. What are the effects of global warming? Effects of global warming. First, melting of polar ice caps, melting of polar ice caps. Then, second, upper part of atmosphere has become cooler due to reduced passage of a long wave radiation, and it leads to shrinking of atmosphere. Shrinking of atmosphere. Then how to control global warming? Control of global warming. First, reduce use of fossil fuel by reducing use of fossil fuels. The next, use of biofuels. The next, use of renewable resources like CNG, which should be reduced. Then reforestation, that is, use of CNG is made rather than petrol and diesel. Reforestation. Then recycling of materials. Is there any doubt to anybody?
No, sir.
Then next one is ozone layer. Uh, ozone layer. Of course, ozone, it is having formula O3. It is highly poisonous to living, poisonous to living organism. Okay. Ozone is present in stratosphere, stratosphere, right? Ozone present in a very less quantity in atmosphere, but a height of 16 kilometer to 25 kilometer of Earth, concentration of ozone is maximum. At normal temperature and pressure, thickness of ozone layer, it is around 3 millimeter. And the part of atmosphere which is reaching ozone is called ozone layer or ozonosphere. Okay, ozone layer or ozonosphere. Part of atmosphere reach in ozone, that is called ozone layer or ozonosphere, right? Now, what is the use of ozone layer? And now it protects or it blocks harmful UV rays, blocks harmful UV rays coming from the sun, rays of sun from reaching Earth's surface, from reaching Earth surface. Okay. Then ozone depletion. Ozone depletion. Depletion of ozone uh, is what? Reduction in concentration of ozone layer. Reduction in concentration of O3 layer. That is called what? Ozone layer depletion. And it is caused because of what? Causes of O3 depletion. It is caused because of what? Presence of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, then chlorine, then methyl bromide, then nitrogen oxides, nitrogen oxides, etc., etc. Right. Then, whenever a chlorofluorocarbons, chlorine, methyl chloride, nitrogen oxide, they comes in contact with oxygen. Okay, ozone gets converted into oxygen and nascent oxygen, and that is called what? A hole is created, and that is called what? Ozone hole. What it is called? Ozone hole. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
So this is the end of this chapter. The next chapter is origin of life.
Sir,
Next.
you were going to take
Sir,
more.
mole concept.
हाँ हाँ लेंगे लेंगे, डोंट वरी, बी हैप्पी. ठीक है, एक 15 मिनट में करता हूँ कर. ओरिजिन ऑफ लाइफ. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, origin of life. Right. Now, what is origin of life? Origin of life means appearance of simplest promotional life from non-living matter. It means appearance of simplest appearance of simplest primordial life primordial life formed from non-living matter. Non-living matter. Right? Now, origin of life that leads to evidences of evolution. Evidences of evolution. Right? Of course, evidences of evolution, there are of two types. Morphological. Morphological. Now, morpho means outside and logy means structure. The form and structure of an organism are a part of an organism. Form or structure or part of an organism. That is called what? Morphological evidences. Then paleontological evidences. Second, paleontological, paleontological evidences. Of course, there are two types. First one is fossils. Fossils. And second one is connecting links. Connecting links. Fossils, remnants or impressions of an animal or plant that can be preserved in the earth crust. Impression of animal. 1 minute. Impression of animal or plant present in earth crust. Present in earth crust. Then connecting links is an organism sharing characteristic of two different group of organisms. Shares characteristics of two different organisms. Is there any doubt? Then evidences there again. Third type is anatomical, and fourth type is embryological. Embryological. Embryological evidences leads to the formation of an embryo, leads to the formation of an embryo. Then anatomical evidences, analogy means internal structure, right? So there are three types: homologous organ, analogous organ, vestigial organs. First, homologous. Second, analogous. Then third, vestigial organs. Okay. Now, what are homologous organ? Homo means what? What is meant by homo? Yes. Homo means
One.
pardon. Homo means hello.
One type.
What is meant by homo? Homo means same. Hetero analogical. Ano means different. Right? So homo means same. Organs are similar in origin but perform different function. Okay. Homo means similar. Organs are similar origin. Organs are similar in origin and performs different function. Performs different functions. They are called homologous organs. Analogous. Ana means different. Ana means different. Right. Organs have different origin. Organs have different origin and perform similar function. Performs similar functions. They are said to be analogous. Analogous, right? Then, what is meant by vestigial organ? Non-functional organs found in an organism that were function in ancestors. Non-functional organs. Non-functional organs found in an organism but was present in ancestors, but uh, functions in ancestors. That is called what? Vestigial organs. Now, best example of Homologous organs includes human hand, ox leg, and fin of well, fin of well. Then best example of analogous organ include wings of insect, wings of bat, wings of insects, comma, wings of bat. The next vestigial organ include vermiform appendix, vermiform appendix, then wisdom tooth, ear muscles, etc. etc. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Okay. Then evolution. What is evolution? Evolution is formation of complex organism through change from simple ancestral types. Evolution. What is evolution? Formation of complex organism from simple ancestral organism. That is called what? Evolution. That is called what? Evolution. Generally, organic evolution is used to describe slow and gradual process. Next, organic evolution it is slow and gradual process. Gradual process. It is slow and gradual process. Okay. Then, already we talk about evolution. There is chemical evolution, includes inorganic molecules. Inorganic molecules, they are converted into simple organic molecules. Simple organic molecule, they are converted into complex organic molecules. Then coca-servates, then protobionts, then progenotes. Progenotes further classified as what? Algae, fungi, bacteria. Already we studied. Algae further divided as bryophyta, pteridophyta, gymnosperm, angiosperm. Then protozoans, lower inventors, and higher invertebrates. Lower invertebrates, higher invertebrates. So this was a small chapter. Okay. Then we'll study mole concept. Just 1 minute. I'll drink a water. Okay. 1 to 2 minutes. Is there any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Flow water. So now we'll begin with mole concept. So this is the end of second chapter. Mole concept. Now what is mole? Mole is defined as the amount of substance present contains of as many as particles. Amount of substance present amount of substance present. Okay, that is called what? Mole. Quantity of a substance, that is nothing but mole. That is nothing but mole. So mole is nothing but amount of substance that consists of as many as particle, and that is called what? Mole. That's called what? Mole, right? So mole is a unit of measurement. Okay, mole is a unit of measurement for quantity of a substance. So amount of substance or number of elementary entities of a substance, that is called what? Mole. Mole, right? It provides specific measure for number of atoms or molecules. It provides specific measure for number of atoms or molecules. 1 mole of any substance is nothing but that consists of same number of discrete entities like atoms, molecules, or ions. So mole is the amount of substance containing same number of containing same number of discrete particles. Of course, that particle may be atoms, molecules, or ions, etc., etc. And or you can say, or mole is defined as 1 mole is defined as the amount of substance that contains Avogadro's number, that contains Avogadro's number. What is Avogadro's number? Do you know?
6 into 10 raised to 23.
Correct, correct. 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 particles, nothing but what? Atoms, ions, or molecules. Right? Number of moles can be calculated by using the formula number of moles denoted by small m. So it is a ratio of given mass of a substance, given mass in bracket m of substance divided by molar mass in bracket capital M. That is n is equal to small m upon capital M. Okay, where small m is given mass of a substance, capital M molar mass of a substance. Right? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
So 1 mole of a substance, 1 mole of substance is equal to what? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms or molecules or ions or ions. Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, we'll study some examples. For example, calculate number of moles, calculate number of moles in 72 gram of water. Right. Calculate number of moles in 72 gram of water. How to calculate it? You have to calculate by using formula number of moles in bracket small m, that is equal to m upon capital M. M means given mass. How much mass they gave? 72.
72.
Molar mass of water?
18.
Very good. 18. So, 18 fours are number of moles.
72.
So, 18 fours are 72. So, number of moles are how much? 4 moles. Number of moles are how much? 4 moles. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Then how do we find molar mass?
Ha. Molar mass is what? Sum of atomic masses of all the atoms. Molar mass. Sum of atomic masses of all atoms present in the molecule. Present in the molecule or compound. Compound, right? For example, water. Just now we studied H2O. So, atomic mass of hydrogen is how much? 1.
1.
1 minute. Molar mass of water. Okay, that is equal to. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. How many hydrogens are present?
2.
2. Plus atomic mass of oxygen. How much? 16. How many oxygens are present?
1.
1. So 2 plus 16, nothing but 18. Right? This is one example. Second example, ethanol. Ethanol. What is formula for ethanol? Anybody knows? C2H5OH. That is nothing but ethanol. Nothing but C2H6O. 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 So, molar mass in bracket M of C2H5OH, nothing but ethanol, that is equal to what? Atomic mass of carbon is how much?
12.
12.
12. How many carbons are there?
2.
Plus that of hydrogen. How much it is?
1.
1.
How many hydrogen?
6.
6. Plus atomic mass of oxygen?
16.
16. How many oxygen?
1.
So that is equal to 12 twos are 24 plus 6 plus 16, right? 24 plus 6, 30. 30 plus 16, 46. Understood? Therefore, molar mass of ethanol, that is equal to how much? 46 gram per mole. Similarly, one more I'll calculate. Acetic acid. Acetic acid. Its formula is, anybody knows?
CH3COH.
Very good. CH3COH, that is C2H4O2, right? So, molar mass of acetic acid, that is equal to what? 12 into 2, right? Plus 1 into 4 plus 16 into 2. So, 24 plus 4 plus 32, right?
60. 60.
60, right? Very good. Can you calculate molar mass of HNO3? Be fast. Nitrogen is 40. Hydrogen 1, nitrogen 14, oxygen 16. Do it fast.
Sir, 63.
All of you got?
Yes, sir.
So, molar mass of
Yes, sir. 63.
HNO3, that is 1 into 1 plus nitrogen 14 into 1 plus 16 into 3. So, that is equal to 1 plus 14 plus 48. So 48 plus 15, nothing but 63. Chalo. Then calculate for H2SO4. Be fast. Sulfur is 32.
Sir, 98.
Very,
98.
very good. So molar mass of H2SO4, that is equal to 2 into 1 plus 32 into 1. Not 2 into 1. That is 1 into 2. 1 into 2 plus 32 into 1 plus 16 into 4. So 2 plus 32 plus 64, nothing but 98. Can you calculate for perchloric acid? Chlorine is 35.5. Chlorine, how much? 35.5.
100.5.
100.5. Very good. Very good. Can you calculate for methanol? What is formula? CH3OH.
32.
32.
Very good.
32.
Very good. Can you calculate for isopropyl alcohol? Isopropyl alcohol. That is CH3, CHOH, CH3. Calculate it.
Sixty.
Very good. 60. Then urea, NH2, C double bond O, NH2. चलो कैलकुलेट करो. नाइट्रोजन 14 है, ऑक्सीजन 16,
Sir,
कार्बन.
also 60.
Pardon?
60. 60.
Correct. Urea also 60. Is there any doubt to anybody about molar mass?
No, sir. No, sir.
Then calculate number of moles in the following. In the following, right? First, 9 gram of water.
Half mole.
0.5.
Second, 20 gram of acetic acid. Then third, 14 gram of sulfuric acid. The next, 25 gram of perchloric acid. जल्दी करो अभी, सबको समझा है ना?
Sir, half mole, 1/3 mole.
Half mole for water, right?
Half mole for water, 1/3 mole for acetic acid.
Correct. Nothing, half mole,
One,
nothing but
one,
what? 0.5. 1/3, nothing but what? 0.33. Bolo.
1/7 for sulfuric acid.
1/7 is how much? Yes.
0.14.
0.4.
Correct. 0.143. Then 25 gram per perchloric acid.
Sir, 0.248. 248.
0.249 actually. How? 2487 is coming. Right.
Yes, that one.
Correct. Then calculate the mass of following substances. Following substances. First. 5 moles of water.
90 grams. 90 grams.
Very good. Second, 0.75 mole of perchloric acid. Then third, 2.5 moles of sodium hydroxide. Na is 23. Na atomic number is 23. Six moles of KOH. K is 39. जल्दी कैलकुलेट करो.
Sir, second is 75.375 gram.
And third is 100.
Yes.
Second is how much?
75.375 gram.
Correct. 375 gram. Chalo. Third one is
100 grams.
right. 100 grams.
and 336 grams.
336.
KOH 39 plus 17, 56 into 6. How much you said?
336 gram.
Correct. 336 gram. Is there any doubt to anybody?
No,
Uh,
sir.
the girl who asked the mole concept, is there any doubt to you?
No, sir.
Okay, understood everything?
Yes.
Okay, let's do some more exercise. Okay. Uh, Calculate number of moles in the following. Now I will not tell anything, you have to calculate. First, 8 gram of ozone. Second, second, 17 gram of Cl2. Then third, 62 ग्राम ऑफ P4. ठीक है, जल्दी करो. ऑक्सीजन का 16 है, क्लोरीन का 35.5 है, फॉस्फरस का 31 है.
The first one is 0.17 mole.
How much? How much?
0.125.
No,
No, sir,
no sir,
0.17.
0.17.
Correct है. 0.1667. Nothing but 17. ठीक है. Second,
0.5.
No, no, sir. 17 upon 71.
correct, correct. Whatever he told is wrong. He took 35.5. That's why it is wrong. 17 divided by 71.
Sir, 0.23.
24.
Nine.
24.
Yeah.
The next.
0.5.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
1 minute. Correct. 0.5. One more formula. In case of gases, number of mole is equal to volume of given gas divided by volume of same gas at STP or NTP. At STP or NTP. STP means standard temperature and pressure, and NTP means normal temperature or natural temperature and pressure, where the volume of any gas at this temperature is 22.4 liter or dm3, okay, or 22,400 ml or cc, cubic centimeter और cm cube. ठीक है, कि जैसे कि आपको नंबर ऑफ मोल्स, कैन यू कैलकुलेट नंबर ऑफ मोल्स? कैलकुलेट number of moles, okay, in 15 ml of HCl. करो कैलकुलेट फटाक से. Okay, for calculation purpose it will be heavy, so I'll do 15 liter of HCl. ठीक है.
It's 0.67.
Very good. So N is equal to 15 divided by 22.4, nothing but 0.67. Is there any doubt about mole concept now?
No, sir.
All of you understood?
Sir, can you show the formula for gas?
Yes, yes. This is the formula for gas. Wait out, hey?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll stop here. Tomorrow your school is there?
No, sir.
No,
Huh?
sir.
Starts in November.
Pardon?
School starts in November.
Which November?
3rd November.
3rd of November.
Both Nigri as
Third.
well as Moshi?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Both Nigri as well as Moshi. Okay. Then instead of 3:30 to 4:30, can we conduct class around, you can say, 11 or 11:15?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And we'll conduct for 2 hours
Yes, sir.
so that we can complete more syllabus. Today also we covered 2 chapter. Yesterday also we covered 2 chapter. Tomorrow also we'll schedule 2 chapter. Right. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I'll take 2 hours so that everything gets finished. Is that okay? Hello, student.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow 11 or 11:15 will begin. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Good day.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Hi, sir.
Bye, sir.